And hello everybody, we are back. How are you doing today? Let me get this thing set up. There we go. So we left off, let's see real quick. So we left off with a few things to do. Memory says we got a thing over here. Where are we? So we're in Gridania. As I did my retainer stuff. Let's see if he's finished. Completes in 4 hours. Okay, so you complete in 4 hours. So we're gonna go and go to the peace talk and see what all that is about. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna join the older Grand Company because, you know, I'm a gladiator. I basically started in older, so I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna keep that theme. And I know I can always switch if I want. So let us go and attend the peace meeting. So hopefully it'll be voiced and I can be quiet. So enjoy.
I lost my son to the calamity.
The 3 Seedseers are all together.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body. Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelveswood. Fearful of the Green Wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest. Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hure and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seedseer.
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood. When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat. "5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Cartano. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed, each waking hour a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable. So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
Time was a man could walk
pox
the
on that
high
bloody
roads
Ixal.
without fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood. Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity. We must think of the children!
Woods will be done.
It's up to us to protect the
All
forest.
the elementals!
Good speech. I'm still standing there with these weird kids.
If you'll permit me, Alfino,
Alvino.
and my sister, Alize, at your service. I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler. You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
Well, okay then. Okay, I need to turn it on. So, the Gridanians are unfortunate enough to have content with the two beast tribes. The Ixal are unquestionably the more troublesome, being of a naturally warlike disposition, and want to summon their bloodthirsty primal Garuda. The Sylphs, by contrast, are peaceful in nature, being mischievous rather than malevolent, and have long been on friendly terms with the Gridanians, until recently at least. Alas, they have grown aloof, a change observed at roughly the time they summoned the primal Ramu. The Gridanians have no love for war, and they consider open conflict a last resort. The Though they clash with the Excel ever more regularly, you may be assured that they do so in self-defense. As for the Sylphs, they are as yet bound by a peace treaty, though one wonders how long it will be before it is broken. The 12's word was grievously wounded during the calamity, leaving Gridania vulnerable to attack. The people are hopeful that restoring the wood and thereby the power of the elementals will put an end to their woes. Yet how long will that take? Centuries, I'd wager. Meanwhile, the Excel will continue their incursion, spurred on by Garuda and their insatiable appetite for destruction. Whether the Gridanians like it or not, sooner or later, it will come to all-out war. And when it does, the Order of the Twin Adder will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them then? He has a point. That is a very good sales pitch, and they definitely need the help. Alright, so let's go to Ul'dah. Well, my laptop is already so hot. Well, okay. Why run? I can just teleport there. So silly. So as you can see, I did change my hotbars. I went and did that before I started the stream, so it's a little nicer, I think, a little more easier to look down at a glance and see what's going on. But I do need to change this real quick. So arm's length. You can go here. Yeah, there we go. Alright, let's see what Ul'dah has to say, shall we? Alright, so again, I'll be quiet and we can enjoy this together. Let's go.
Behold, 'tis the Sultana Nanima herself!
And Reborn as well!
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore! Hurrah! Reborn! Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the Ul dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold. Where by the grace and glory of Nalthal have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Ul'dah!
There, at the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard. Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given the realm. In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
So that's how it happened. How soon history forgets.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as Thal's honored guests. If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not. And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead. Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden, and enthralled. Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous? I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save? You who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death. Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the Amalja wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile, the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act. Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Uldar stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand. Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth. In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you, line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Uldar, but to restore her to prosperity. As the realm prospers, so shall Uldar. As Uldar prospers, so shall her people.
Ya for Uldar!
Together we are one.
Your Grace.
Reborn?
She's like a parrot.
People of Uldar, I, Nanimo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you. Much has been made of the wealth of Uldar. Yet those who measure that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived. For the true wealth of Uldar lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Uldar, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
Glory to the Sultana!
For victory and fortune, stride fearless into the inferno, for we are, by fire, reborn!
Well, okay then.
Forsooth!
The time is now!
I
Fancy meeting you again.
That voice. That I don't know who did that voice actor. I think it must have been a Lalafell that was like, "The time is now!" Like, wow. I don't remember that last time I played this. So this, I think the crowd speaking is new, but I can't really remember. But yeah, I don't remember hearing that voice. Anyway, the Uldans have a long history of conflict with the Amalja, the beast tribe that worships the primal Ifrit. I've already killed him. It's fine. Judging by your look of distaste, I take it you have encountered them. The Uldans do not shy from confrontation. If aught threatens their precious prosperity, they will seek to crush it. So have they dealt with Ifrit the Spire, smothering his flames each time he is stoked to life. Yet he is but one of several problems. Though they have been quiet these past 5 years, the Garleans have not gone away. Meanwhile, refugees continue to arrive in droves, and Uldar has no clear policy on how to deal with them. After all, not even the Sultanate's coffers are bottomless, and even assuming they had the coin, resources will ever be finite. Which brings me back to the subject of Ifrit. It has been observed that the Amalja are summoning him with ever-increasing frequency. Every time they do so, the Uldans send their forces to smite the primal, and though they invariably succeed, each victory is bought with blood. It is a war of attrition which they cannot well sustain. Small wonder then that the immortal flames are eager to recruit more members. At such a desperate hour, an adventure of your experience would be a most welcome addition to their ranks. For their sake, I hope that the Flame General's words struck a chord with you. Okay, so that was Uldar's pitch. Let us go to Limsa. Okay, so we are going to the lift, which is like right there. Okay. No, I don't want to be a fisher. Here to attend the remembrance service. Be quick, the Admiral is due to give her address any moment.
The Garleans are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
Sorry.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride. "700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say. The crimson field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the black longship represents a pirate vessel.
When the Garlean Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom standard, and our grand company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilthier's bloody executioners, and together we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Cartino. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa. I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage, yet many of ours did not survive. Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom. Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep. But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again? Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano. The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishback
The Sahagin
bastards.
have risen?
While the mines of Ogomero spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Garlean Empire. Even now the curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes. How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the Calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves till sea swallows all.
Long live the Admiral!
Admiral Melvin!
Gather the lads!
Oh, where's me cutlass?
I'll follow ye to the seven hells, Admiral!
I'm not a huge fan of the pirate thing.
Fancy meeting you again.
You do seem to be following me, half an hour. Alright. As the Admiral mentioned in her address, Limsa is plagued by two beast tribes. The first are the fish-like Sahagin, worshippers of the primal Leviathan. The second are the kobolds, who dwell beneath the earth and take the primal Titan for their god. As if beast tribes' presence weren't troublesome enough, the Galleons have also chosen to erect a fortress right in Liminsen's backyard. And that is to say naught of eternal strife. As a nation of pirates, there is no end to the blood feuds between the various factions. And while they fight amongst themselves, the Galleons whet their blades and watch. If the Liminsons are to have any hope of withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs. Differences must be set aside, and the primal threat dealt with once and for all. To this end, I expect that they will soon take decisive action against the beast tribes. Mark my words, the Maelstrom Standard will be drenched a deeper shade of crimson ere long. That a capable adventurer like you would be a valuable addition to their crew is beyond question. Well, the sister is a little less talkative than the brother, it seems. Garen, this is Minfelia. You are well, I hope. Would I be correct in thinking that the final remembered service is now concluded? A moment ago, you say. What a coincidence. It is a coincidence indeed. Jesting aside, I trust you remember our guests from the Grand Companies. Well, delighted though we have to have them here at the Wakened Sands, it would not do to keep them in suspense any longer than necessary. In short, who are you back? Bear with me. So I still think that I'll go all there for story's sake. That seems like What's this? No, okay. That still seems like one of the best things to do. So we are going to use our Waking Sands. We'll teleport. Thank you very much. Right, she looks just like you stole the healer of the Scions. There's so many people that play this game, it's wonderful. Alright, let's go and see what is going on. Welcome back, Garton. Were the Grand Company leader's words as illuminating as you had hoped? Each nation is beset with problems. I trust you see now why your services are in such demand. Would that there were more of you, Garton. But you must be tired from your journey. Why don't you rest a while and take a moment to reflect on your decision? Once your mind is up, pray give the Grand Company officers your answer.
The gods only know what grand company our adventurer friend will keep. The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies. As though the Calamity and Seventh Umbral era warranted scarcely a mention.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies. Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None. I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity? No, dear Alize, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the Calamity behind us.
Grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience. There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I mean to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say, we will see eye to eye.
I should hope so.
My lady!
We are to escort you!
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all. The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
Sorry about that sound, my cat just basically fell. She was walking across the table and fell off the table like a drunk skunk. She's okay though, so we're good. while I talk to my guild real quick. Welcome back, adventurer. I take it General Wuban's words kindled a fire within you. Yes. Excellent. I feared that the incident with the trainer may have soured your opinion of us. It gladdens me to see that this isn't the case. But before we can count on you as one of our own, you must be formally inducted into our ranks. Please proceed to the Hall of Flames and identify yourself to the personal officer. I will notify him of your coming. With your strength joined to ours, we shall surely prevail over our enemies, by the Beastmen or Imperials. Okay, back to Uldar we go. Alright. So, that bad, the performance is actually used by pressing keys. There is a third-party thing that you can do that plays music for you, but a lot of them are actually pressing like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in the correct order to make beautiful sounding music. It's pretty amazing, to be honest, what they do. So here we go. So I'm going to stop the auto. So what brings you to the Hall of Flames this evening, adventurer? My name is Garambil. I believe you are expecting me. Ah, I thought as much. You are just as our man at the Waking Suns described. It is an honor to meet you, sir. Now, in order to formalize your... Sir! Speak, Private. Imperial, sir. They fired on a High Wind Skyways airship. Scouts say she's coming down to the west near Horizon's Edge. Bloody hells! Of all the time for this to happen. Garden, there's no time for the formalities. The Immortal Flames need your help now. We're in the midst of a large-scale operation against the Almoshar. We have no one spare in Western Panolan. You must get to that ship before the Galleons do. If there are any survivors, see that they do not come to further harm. Now go! So we'll go to here, to here, to here, to here, to here. Alright. So as soon as we still don't have a mount, we shall run. But I am almost level 29. That's pretty cool. So, a little bit and then a whole level, and we will be level 30. And we can become a Paladin true. Oh, the airship did come down, look at that. What's up, bud? That's a lot of galleons. An adventure. What are you doing out here? No, wait. Let's find some cover first. Why am I out of breath? It was only a little jog. Come on, man. The Immortal Flames sent you. How do I know you're not an Imperial spy? You don't even have a uniform. Are you alright, sir? Our scouts reported the attack on your craft. We've come to rescue you. Gan and Bill, yes? Glad to have you with us. Good. You don't feel stupid, huh? Huh? I've not seen a craft with this design before. That trader Garland has been busy. The secrets of Magitech are ours by right. They are not to be squandered upon the savages of this land. We are taking this craft back to the fortress. Dismantle it if you must, and bring the engineers. Someone must pay for Garland's crimes. They mean to take the ship back to Castrum Meridian, along with your friend. Wedge, you have to help him. That fool of a Lalafell was hiding inside the tiny bunker. Nice looking ship. They're not the best place to have taken shelter, I agree. It's the first airship we've built since the Calamity. The first since Master Garland. Well, since he went missing. After years of work, she was finally ready for her first test flight. And she was soaring, she really was, till those bastards blasted her out of the sky. We attack on my command. Kill them quickly and save the Lalafell if possible. Is that clear, Gav? Let's do this. Show them what becomes of those who play with fire. Charge. We're under attack. To arms. Well, I want that caster dead, so you're my target. Your turn. How did you heal? Where's the other healer? I don't see another healer. That was weird. They're healing. That was weird. These guys are cheating. Oh! I think that guy's a Paladin. He's healing them. Okay, I'll let you off then. You're not cheating. This guy's almost dead, let's just kill him. And we'll kill you. And then we'll kill you. And then we'll kill you. Why are you using Blizzard, dude? They're useless. You're not even hitting it. Where are you going? Come back. Come back! You're annoying me. Stay still. Wow, okay. I can't stop it. I win. Biggs! Wedge, you shouldn't have stayed with the ship. That was a close one. Too damn close. So how's she look anyway? The auxiliary propeller is a dead loss, but I think we can wing around enough thrust from the main propeller to get us airborne. A few minor modifications and we should be able to fly the tiny Bobcat harm. The Imperials will come looking for the scouts, but we can defend this position until the engineers leave. You should go, Gardon. You still have unfinished business to attend to at the Hall of Flames. You're not quite one of us yet, though anyone who'd seen you in action today would be forgiven for thinking otherwise. I just wanted to say sorry, for calling you an Imperial spy and all that. Got that wrong, didn't I? But, seriously though, if it hadn't been for you and the Immortal Flames lads, we'd be chained up in a dungeon by now. I mean, you're that friend we both are. You're welcome. It's what I do. Wedge. Thank you. We're very grateful. Damn well better be. Making you travel all this way. Alright, so we need to go back to Ulda. He's very good. Alright, let's go get sworn in. Welcome back, Gaton. Word of your deeds in the field reached me not long ago. Exemplary service. Rest assured that the Garland Ironworks engineers are fine. They were able to get their vessel back in the air before Imperial reinforcements arrived. Your willingness to assist us on such short notice is to be commended. Clearly your reputation is well deserved. Now then, I believe we have some unfinished business. Shall we continue from where we left off and induct you into the Immortal Flames? Are you ready, Gaton? Then let us begin. Garden Vale, you stand poised to enter a sacred trust. The flames of Uldar burn bright, casting light where there is dark and purging evil wheresoever it lurks. We are ever ready to meet the nation's enemies in battle, be they beastmen, Garleans, or worse. And in a word from Flame General Ruban Aldean, we would gladly lay down our lives to maintain the peace and prosperity to Uldar. To join our ranks, you must forsake all other nations. Only then may you commit yourself to the fire and be reborn as an immortal flame. Born as one of us, Garden Vale, and together we shall chase the darkness from Uldar. Will you swear an oath to mark this occasion? My sword belongs to Uldar. Spoken like a soldier, you'll do well here. Very well, your resolve is plain. Garden Vale, I hereby confer upon you the rank of Flame Private 3rd Class. Welcome to the Immortal Flames, Private. May you fight to the last for coin and country. Look at that, I learnt a new salute. Can you hear me, Gaton? This is Minfilia. An officer of the Immortal Flames contacted me with the news of your enlistment. My congratulations, Private Vale. I have no doubt that you are eager to make the acquaintance of your new comrades, but I was asked that you pay a visit to your old ones first. Remember, though you are now a Flame of Uldar, you are no less a Scion. Pray return to the Wakened Sands at your earliest convenience. There are some friends here whom I would very much like you to meet. We shall be waiting. It seems your presence is required elsewhere. But before you leave, perhaps you could find a moment to speak with Commander Swift. He is not one to see new recruits go into the field unprepared. You may now accept the quest, my little chocobo. Yay! Alright. Private Vale, yes, a moment of your time, please. If you wish to carry out your duties swiftly, do you not? Well then, perhaps you should get yourself a chocobo. If you're interested, the Immortal Flames will furnish you with one. It's not a complex process, but it does require some paperwork. First, speak with the Quartermaster to obtain a Flame Chocobo issuance. You'll need to exchange company seals in order to do so. Once you've received your issuance, show it to Mimigan of the gate by the Gate of Now. He'll be the one to furnish you with a bird. Okay. But I don't have any things. I don't have any seals, so I can't do that. Well, that sucks. You're not going to give me the things? That's lame. Oh, I have to do this and then come back. Okay. How much is it? 200? Yeah. So I have to go back to the Waiting Sands first. Okay. It would have been nice if they just like gave you it, you know? But now, gotta work for it. You have to work for it. Ay, ay, ay. A lot of cutscenes in this episode, guys. A lot of cutscenes. What's up, Yeater? Pablo. Welcome back, guys. I'm letting him fill you and waste you with it. Welcome back. It seems you wasted no time putting your skills to work. How do I know? Why, the recruitment officer called to regale me with the tale of your heroics. The pride in his voice was palpable. We Scions are truly fortunate to have you with us, Gato. Now, when we last spoke, I said that I wanted you to meet some old friends. Did I not? Well, I neglected to mention that you have already met. Tadaru, please show them in. This way, sirs. Thanks again for getting us out of that mess. We owe you our lives. But I don't think we've properly introduced ourselves. I'm Biggs. And I'm God's man. Spit it out, will you? Wedge, at your service. I am pleased to say that Biggs and Wedge will be staying with us for a while. Magitech-driven contraptions such as airships grow ever more vital to the city-states of Eorzea. As a neutral party, it was judged that we Scions should serve as the keepers of this technology. Of course, for this we needed the knowledge of experts, and so we requested the assistance of Gal and Ironworks, who very kindly sent us 2 of their finest engineers. Our happy family continues to grow. On behalf of the Scions, I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands. Like every soul here, I love Eorzea, and I count myself blessed to have been given this chance to stand up with you all and fight for the future of the realm. Never have I known such fulfillment, such happiness.
Now, having set aside the formalities, we have a favor to ask of you. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
You said that last time.
We have conducted a study at the behest of the Order of the Twin Adder. Papalimo, Ida, a synopsis if you would.
Our task was to survey the behavior of the Sylphs, a beast tribe indigenous to the Twelveswood.
Oh, how to describe them. They look like gizzle-greens, floating ones, that worship the primal Ramu.
Ahem. Though technically a beast tribe, Sylphs are blessed with a comparatively personable demeanor, conducive to peaceful communication.
Offering us an invaluable opportunity to learn what the beast tribes know of the primals.
While Ramu's existence is well documented, the Sylphs do not, or perhaps cannot, summon the primal any longer, insofar as can be ascertained, until such time as we know. It would be unwise to assume that the threat posed by the primal has passed.
Which leaves Gridania with the added worry of not knowing what they should be worrying about.
In that regard, they are hardly alone. What we can say with absolute certainty is that Gridania has its hands full fending off Garuda, who, I need hardly remind you, is among the most savage and terrible of all known primals.
In short, it is essential that we approach the Sylphs in as diplomatic a manner as possible. Words and actions can be misconstrued. The only sure way to communicate our intentions is the echo. Winning the Sylphs' favor may well bring us a step closer to mitigating the threat of the primals. Will you help us?
Of course.
I am grateful.
Lovely. Well, as much as I'd like to help, I'm afraid I would be of little use to anyone in Gridania. A veritable babe in the woods. Ida and Papalimo, however, should be able to see the forest for the trees. Is that not so, Minfulia?
Indeed. You are willing?
Leave it to me.
Us, Ida, us!
Well, we have our next assignment. Okay, so real quick, at the end of this episode, I want to get us that mount. So I think I should have enough of the tokens now to go get it. Come on, faster, faster, faster. Okay, and the guy we need to speak to is over here. Come on, you can do it, little legs. Want a bed as you do so, then I'll need to see your flame chuckaboo suits. Well, it is here. There you go. Yes, everything appears to be in order. A moment, please. I'll be right back with your chocobo. I don't know how they can see through those masks. And here he is. The fellow has been in high spirits the past few bells. He must have sensed that his master was coming. Now then, to make it official, you want to give your noble steed a name. What should we call you, noble steed? What should we call him? We shall call him... You are Hector. Now on. I dare say he likes his name. Here is your very own chocobo whistle. Simply blow into it and your feathered friend will come bounding to your side. But do forgive him if he doesn't respond when summoning crowded cities, areas, or monster-infested lairs. Chocobos are stout-hide creatures, but they have their limits. And lastly, I present you with their Chocobo Rider's license, as is required by law. And that concludes all the formalities. I wish you and your Chocobo long years of fulfilling companionship. Thank you. Okay, so I need to go into here. Don't know why that didn't work then. Okay. Let us see if it works now. Yeah! My bike! My pimpin' bike that I've been wanting to get on for ages. Yeah! Bam! Huh, I can't fly though. Interesting. I love the music for this bike, it's so good. Alright, let's activate this and we'll start the dungeon next episode. If it is the halls of Halatali you seek, you need seek no further. Permit me to tell you something of this place. The name comes from an ancient tongue, Halatali meaning the land of many shadows. It was here that our distant ancestors first settled, and you have not come all this way for a lesson in history. Shh, listen. Do you not hear the howls and growls? Do you not feel how they shake the very air beneath you? Those sounds are the work of no wind, my friend, nor the rumbling of the doing of any shadows. Those are the calls of Halatali, for now the beasts once kept for the Colosseum lurk there. And these are no gentle beasts broken by hand of man, no, these are those within that might, that even the might of the immortal flames cannot tame. From the look of you, you must be gathered. I received word from Nedrick that you might be along. By his recommendation, I grant you leave to enter freely. I only pray you are able to find your own way out. Don't need any of those. So, as always, my back goes to a wall. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Until next time. Peace out.